Good morning. Come on, I'm going to kick off with a please do share. Oh, water. So if you're coming on, Helen Edwards, gold on the podium. Get in, Helen. Well done. Fliss Spink, lovely Fliss, you're silver. Silver medal, Fliss. Oh, and who have we got next? Who've got the bronze? Laura Thompson, you're going to have to be telling them in Waitrose you've got your third medal. For those of you new to the page who don't know what on earth I'm talking about, some of the staff figured out what it is. It's something we started a few years ago by accident and it's got really competitive. But the first three people get a medal, gold, silver and bronze. And then the first person to share it, and who writes shared, gets a platinum. So let's have a look. I forgot about that one yesterday. G&T, a water. So please do share, it makes such a massive difference, it really does. Now I'm going to keep this, if I can, to under 20 minutes because I want them to be, you know, I know you've got things to do. Good morning Nikki, morning Julie, so I'm not going to say hello to loads of people. Morning Diane and Deborah and Dawn, we've got the 3Ds on. Let's have a look. Morning Anne and Susan, right, and that's going to have to be it for hellos because I just want to crack on. I'll just wait for you to come on. There's about 360 on yesterday. It'll get less every day, it always does, and a lot of people watch on catch up, so a big hello to you in the catch up crew. Let me know that you're watching on catch up because I always come back in, well usually, and catch up on the comments, and I even 3 days back ago. So please do share. We had 101 shares yesterday. I mean, it's incredible, honestly. And somebody messaged me to say they just found it because the friend had shared it and they love it and they're really excited to do it and they're going to order the book. So it makes such a difference. Oh, Sarah, did you get the platinum? I'll have to have a look when I go back through. So when you share it, it just makes such a difference. Like the old days, Facebook just used to put your stuff out to everybody, but now, like I've got 40,000 followers over, they only put your stuff out to 5% of your followers. It's mad, isn't it? Well, I understand why, because obviously it's so busy. Only 5% of your followers see your content. So if people are saying hello and stuff, and then you share it, that's when it goes out more. And then I just want to reach people who have no idea about the magic or no idea the importance of exercise and moving, and just it doesn't have to be all about diet and all or nothing and depriving yourself and all that stuff. So just a quick recap on yesterday, very quickly. 10 gratitudes. A lot of you have done it. If you haven't done it, don't beat yourself up, just do it today. But 10 gratitudes, and importantly, why you're grateful. I wrote mine on last night. I'm not going to be doing that every day. I just wrote the first 10 on. Now, just to clarify, you need to do that every day now, but it is 10 different gratitudes. You've got to write 10 different blessings, 10 different gratitudes every day. Do it on your computer, do it on a pad, do it on a scrappy piece of paper. Some of you have got lovely journals, some of you have been gifted journals. Thank you, Kathy. I know, yeah, the tribe, it doesn't open up till February, so it's not like I'm doing this just to get people in the tribe at the end of it, because it's not even opening till February. I just really wanted to do it because it's lockdown, I need it, I'm doing my gratitudes with you. And why do we do 10 different ones? Well, quite often in other things, you just write 3 gratitudes a day and you just roll them off at the top of your, you know, head. Oh, I'm grateful for my dog, for my cat and the neighbour next door because he put my bins out. You know, and you do that and then you don't give it a lot of thought. And the whole thing about doing the magic, it's really the more grateful you are, the bigger difference it's going to make. And let me tell you, you know, I've done this a couple of times before. I've not done it for about 5 years, and so I'm really excited to do it again. And when you literally, after, you know, it's 280 gratitudes, and somebody said yesterday I've only done 8 and I'm having to think. I'm thinking brilliant, because she's going to have great results. You know, I'm grateful for the fact, God, there's so much to be grateful for. I'm always grateful for my house, you know. I'm grateful for the fact when I walk around it, And I think, oh God, I'm grateful for the fact that over the years, all this stuff in it, we've bought. You know, do you ever do that yourself? I often do that. As I'm just going upstairs, I'll look at the sideboard and look at the lamp on the desk table at the top and the lovely mirror we've got at the top of the stairs. And then an old sideboard we got for about 20 quid from the old antique shop in Lancaster, which I love, an old G-plan one. Then the bed that we've had for about 25 years. And then, you know, the lovely bedside lamps that aren't that old, and the blinds that we had put up. All over the years, I actually look at it all sometimes and I think, God, that we've bought all that, and I'm really grateful that we've been able to, you know, even though times were really hard 5 years ago, it was horrific. I thought we were going to lose everything. And so I'm constantly in a state of gratitude, but I really feel I need an extra push at the moment. So doing this sort of gratitude work really makes it become a habit, and that's why we're doing it for 28 days. It's an intense degree in gratitude, and I promise you it will make a difference, but you need to do it. You can't just miss 10 days and then write 3 gratitudes and expect it to become a habit. You might be sat there thinking, I don't need to be grateful, really. You know, I'm grateful, so I don't need Sally telling me to be more grateful. Who the hell does she think she is? Yeah, well, that's fine. I don't, you know, but you won't have a clue how it can change your life until you do it. Right, so getting on, what are the chances of me making 20 past? Right, but I just needed to recap on yesterday with these 10 gratitudes. You've got to do them every day, 10 different ones. So keep posting them. Feel free to keep posting them on the thread every day. You can do that, I really don't mind. It's lovely to see other people's. And one lady said her gratitudes made her cry. And then somebody said, me too. They can do, and that's a great thing, because it means you're really feeling it. And when you really feel it, that's when they become real, and they're not just run-of-the-mill lip service shite, you know. So go and read them. I put them on the post last night, mine and a few other people have put them on, and go and read some others. It gives you a few ideas. You know, there's nothing wrong with being grateful for your new car. Nothing wrong with I'm grateful that I opened the blinds this morning and the sky was really clear and I could see a star. And I just had a little moment to myself. Yeah, that's a nice way to start my day. Because I'm doing this, usually we're going, oh God, my back's sore, and my back still is sore. But the star just gave me a little whoosh. So the magic rock, this is day 2. This is also another one that you'll be doing every day, but it takes no time at all. So it's a very short one, this, the magic rock. Going to start on the little quote from Charles Dickens. Have you shared it yet, by the way? If you sat there watching, or you're running, or you're doing whatever, please just share. You might be embarrassed to share me, think, I can't believe I follow this mad woman, but you'll make a difference to somebody. Right, reflect upon your present blessings, of which every man has plenty, not on your past misfortunes, of which all men have some. How often do we do that? We just focus on what's gone wrong in the past and we dwell on that rather than focusing on the things that we have. So common. It really is. Look at that, Tracy Ward. Thank you, Joanna Johnson, for introducing me to Sally. It's magic. Tracy, you're going to love it. I can't wait to see how you're going to do in these 28 days. Right, in the beginning of working with these practices, it takes concentrated days in a row to make gratitude a habit. Don't just let that run off your head. It takes concentrated days in a row to make gratitude a habit. Anything that reminds you to be grateful is helping you turn your life into gold with gratitude. And that's exactly what all this magic practice is about. So what I want you to do today is I want you to find a rock or a stone or a crystal. Choose a small size that fits in the palm of your hand, and then you can close your fingers around it. Choose a rock that is smooth, without sharp edges and not too weighty, and that feels really good in your hand when you hold it. You're probably thinking, what the hell? Elvine's already done a 10 gratitudes. Brilliant, Elvine. Nice to see you, by the way. You can find a magic rock from your garden or wherever you want. So, do you want me to show you mine? That's mine. I've had it for years. It's a smooth stone heart that Simon bought me years ago, and it feels lovely, and it's a perfect size. It fits in my hand. So pick anything, go out and find a pebble today, or we've probably all got a rock from somewhere that we found on a beach when we were 7, you know, still in the back of your knicker drawer, you know, so anything that's comfortable for you. Brenda's book's arriving today, lovely. So hold it, so you need to be able to hold it in your hand. So I could just tell you what to do, but I'll read it a little bit. When you have found your magic rock, put it in your bedside in a place where you will definitely see it when you go to bed. Clear some space if necessary. You might as well give your top of your bedside table a polish, and if you're feeling really good, hoover behind it because there'll be lots of your hair behind there. Wow, does that happen? Clear some space if necessary that you can easily see your magic rock. If you use an alarm clock, who does? I actually do now. I got one 3 nights ago. Put your stone next to it, or your bedside lamp, put your rock next to it. Tonight, just before you get into bed, or when you're in bed, before you go to sleep, pick up your magic rock, hold it in the palm of your hand. I hold it here on the chest, and close your fingers around it. Think back carefully through the day of all the good things that happened during the day. Even if you've had a shit day, he doesn't say that, she doesn't say that, I put that in. And find the best thing that happened that you're grateful for. Then say the magic words, thank you, while you're holding your rock. For the best thing, return the magic rock to its place by your bed, and that's it. It really is that simple. Every night for the next 26 days, follow the same magic rock practice. Before you go to sleep, think back through the day and find the best thing that happened that day while holding your magic rock in your hand. Be as grateful as you can for that thing and say thank you. Using a rock seems like such a simple thing to do, but through this practice you will see magical things begin to happen in your life. When you look for the best thing that happened during the day, you will search through many other good things that happened, and in the process of searching and then deciding on the best one, you're actually thinking of many things you're grateful for. You will also be ensuring that you go to sleep and wake up in gratitude each day, because you're getting up and doing your 10 gratitudes. Hopefully a lot of you have done them before you came on this morning, like Elvin. Some of you might not, some of you might have forgotten, and that's fine. So make sure you do them, and then at night you're thinking about the best thing. So I've got 6 minutes left. So that's another one that we're doing every day now. There's not many more practices that you do every single day. So you've got your 10 gratitudes and your magic rock practice, and you do that every day, okay? Oh, thank you, Linda. I'm on a few people's lists. It's lovely, isn't it? Well, do you know what? Oh, you lot go on my list. You really do. It's amazing. And then when I see somebody, especially in my membership, when you see somebody who's either struggling or has just done something brilliant and they've really got over themselves, they go right to the top of my list, and I give them an extra bit of gratitude. So, well, if you've been on the retreat, so Elvin, I know you've been on a few, so you'll know this story. I'm going to give you an example of one of mine. Okay, I'm going to give you an example of one of mine, and it might seem really ridiculous, but it was really powerful for me at the time. Let me just pop this door, I don't want to wake anybody up. Oh, sorry, I'm walking like an old woman. Oh, my osteopath's been brought forward to Friday rather than Tuesday. Well, hey. So, right, so just to give you an example, you can find good in every day. Even if you're having the shittest day ever, you can still find something to be thankful for. Oh, 3 p.m. Welcome from Australia. We've got a few Australians in. It's lovely. So, Sally, stop distracting myself. So about 5 years ago, when we were going, I won't go into massive detail, but we were going through a horrible time. I was really depressed. We were going through, we had loads of properties and we lost it all in the recession. And one of the investors turned out to be an absolute minion of an Irish gangster, and we'd lost everything. I was forced into bankruptcy. We nearly lost the house. I was drinking 2 bottles of wine a day. It was just awful. I'd put weight on. I wasn't exercising. Went to bed. Literally, I went to bed for 3 months. I was just so depressed. It was awful. I was suicidal. The fear, the worry, just everything. Oh, court cases, the lot. It was just awful. The only reason we didn't lose the house was because we were in negative equity at the time. So thank God we were. Another thing to be grateful for. I mean, I could do a whole week's video series about that and what I've learned through that experience. And if you know me and if you're in the tribe, you'll know the story. And if you've been on retreats, you might know it, because I did start to talk about it, because I used to feel real shame about the bankruptcy and I never told anybody. It was just so awful. And then I realised that was holding me back. So, and it's at that time when I first did The Secret, which is Rhonda Byrne's first book, The Secret, and that led me onto the magic. And I really was suicidal. I was in a terrible state, and I just thought, well, this is ridiculous. And I'd be honest, I often used to listen to The Secret. I used to read this book. I thought, well, I just don't feel like that. I've nothing to be grateful for. And I've stuck with it, and it really, really changed my mind about it. And I remember getting to this exercise on day 2. I was still drinking like a fish and still depressed, but I thought, I'm going to try it anyway. What have I got to lose? You know, so it came to day 2, and I remember my back was really bad as well, because I think my back gets bad. It was like this. And when I'm going through emotional pain, I think it makes it worse. And I remember being in Lancaster, and it must have been a Saturday on this particular day, because Nancy was with me and so was Simon. And I remember thinking I'd go to and see the acupuncture person. And Nancy was about 11, so she was still what you call really sweet, you know, with the little monsoon dresses on, and, you know, used to call me mummy. And I remember going to the acupuncture and then having a big list of things to do in Lancaster, just errands to do and stuff. And I think it was quite close to a Christmas, I think. And it was just awful because we didn't have any money, it was just a horrible time. And I remember going to the acupuncture thing, and Nancy had said to Simon, oh, Daddy, can we hide from Mummy? When she comes out, can I hide from her? And I'll just hide behind the door, you know. And he said, no, Nancy, says, because she's not going to see you. No, she will, she'll see me. No, I bet she doesn't, Nancy. So, but anyway, he agreed, and they came back after an hour, and there was the door, and she just waited here. And usually you would probably see her, but I remember I came out, and I just thought, right, I've got loads to do, and I was just in a world of my own. And I came out, and I walked into town, and then anyway, my phone went. And you're probably thinking, why is this relevant? But my phone went, and I was going through all this. I was just really distracted. My phone went, hi, Mummy, it's Nancy. I said, well, where are you? What are you doing? You know, and I was a bit short-tempered, if I'm honest. What are you doing? She goes, turn round, Mummy, turn round. And I looked, and I said, what are you on about, Nancy? She goes, well, I was waiting at the door and you didn't see me, and Daddy said you wouldn't. So anyway, turn round, Mummy. And I was getting really pissed off. I thought, bloody hell, Nancy. And I turned round, and she was quite a distance away, but I could make out a face. Sorry, it gets me now. And I could make out a face. And we were going through all this shit. And I said, what are you doing? She goes, oh, I'm just hiding from you, Mummy. You know, and I said, well, come on, we've got loads to do. And I hung up. And as I hung up, I looked at her face, and she just was so utterly joyful, and she smiled. And I remember feeling this huge whoosh, and I was only on day 2. I remember feeling this huge whoosh of gratitude here. I felt it here. And I just remember it forever. And when I went to bed at night, even though we'd had gangsters, the bailiffs, losing the house, court case letters, the shame of everything, me drinking too much, I went to bed and I got my rock. Sorry, I was really sorry. I've not been this bad for ages. And I just said, thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, because I remembered that moment in all that. I'm sorry, this is probably really pissing some people off, but I didn't expect to do that. I've not cried about it for ages. And I just remember, thank you, thank you. And it works. And what really shocked me is if I hadn't listened to The Secret and started reading this, that magic moment would have passed me by, and I would never ever have had it in my head. I wouldn't have even noticed it. And that's what doing stuff like this makes you do. It makes you just more aware for the small things, for the seemingly insignificant things. I know, sorry Pauline. And I really do. Nancy, I've noticed your name. Lovely to see you on here. And it's so powerful. And yes, you might not feel like doing it. I remember one lady messaged me once, and this was when I first did it years ago, and I think she was on a retreat and she'd gone back and done the magic, and she messaged me, it must have been about four years ago, and she said her partner had died, and she was doing the magic and her partner had died, and she says she had nothing. It was just the most horrific day, but she still did a magic rock practice at night. And she's just thought of all the amazing people who'd been so supportive, and she was so grateful that she had that support network. And, you know, I'm not saying it cures everything, of course it doesn't, but it is impossible to be pissed off and depressed and grateful at the same time. It's impossible. So why not practice being grateful? I'm not saying it's easy. It isn't sometimes, and sometimes I just can't be arsed with it. Sometimes get into such a state, but I really want to do these 28 days again, especially now in lockdown, because I think this is so much harder than the last one for a lot of people. Sorry, I've made everybody cry. You know, I'm sorry. But it always gets to me, and it's the fact that if I hadn't, I'd listened to The Secret a couple of times on dog walks, and some of it I've thought, oh my God, it's ridiculous. And others I'd really put into practice. So I'd got myself into just this habitual practicing gratitude, and that's why I noticed it. And I'll never forget that moment as long as I live. You know, her lovely blonde hair, and because she was blonder then, and putting the phone down and just running excitedly. Like I said, yes, the children just don't have worries. They see joy in so much more than adults do. So you really can, Angela, you can get through anything. And I really do think practicing gratitude makes such a difference. Jill, do you realise you have 280 people in tears of gratitude? Bless you. So I just really want you to do this every day. Do your 10 gratitudes and then do your magic rock. And do you know what? We're only on day 2. How are you going to feel at the end of 28 days? You've got so many wonderful, like I said, the first 12 practices, I think, about what you've been grateful for in the past. And now the next 10, I think, what you're going to be grateful for in the future, and the final 6 is what you can do to help others to be grateful and how you can show gratitude to them. And it's just incredible. So I hope you stay with me. Do you know what? If you miss the odd day, it does not matter. Tell your friends to join in, because it doesn't matter if they've missed the first few, they can catch up the videos, and I am putting the videos on YouTube. It is a massive old faff for me to do that. It takes ages here to upload them. But I've just decided, I just want so many people to do it, because I know it makes such a difference. It makes such a difference. So some people don't have Facebook, and there was a lady yesterday who messaged, I really want to share it with my friends. I've shared it, but I've got one lady who'd love it, and she doesn't do Facebook. And I said, no, I'm afraid not, you can't share it. So I thought, you know what, I'll just put it on YouTube. So I'm going to upload every day to YouTube. It will all be in a convenient playlist. And do you know what, Stuart? I've had a little whoosh of gratitude for myself. Oh God, do you know what? Do you know what's good about that though? Is that you can revisit it then anytime. It'll be there in a playlist on YouTube, all free, you know, for you to do whenever you want to do it. You can go back and do it every 6 months, every year. You can fast forward through all the blurb that you don't like, and you can do it. So I don't think it's on anywhere. So I'm going to do it on YouTube. So then it's just easy for people to find, because in a year's time it'll be hard work finding these videos. Right, 25 minutes. I'm quite impressed with that, because I wasn't going to tell my little story. So I will see you tomorrow, and I'm not going to tell you. It's about relationships tomorrow. So There we go. So 10 gratitudes, 10 different ones, why you're grateful for them. That is very, very important. And then go and get your magic rock. Okay, I'll put a picture of this on tonight, and then you can put me pictures of your rocks on. About 4 o'clock I'll do it. Every night at 4 o'clock I might put a little reminder. I'm not saying I'll do it every night, but things that I need you to do, and then you can put the pictures up of your little rocks. Because we're all in it together, aren't we? We're all in it together, knowing that we're all doing it. I just want you to go through your day searching for your favourite memory. That's what this is about, your favourite memory of the day. And do you know what? Some days you are going to be in such a glorious position that it's going to be hard to choose, because there's going to be that many of them, because that's how some days are. All right then, lots of love. I will see you tomorrow. Please share it. If you've got anything out of this video, in fact, no, I'm not going to be embarrassed. I know I cried and I did a bit of ugly crying, but never mind. And some people who don't know me might think, what a dick. But I'm not bothered. So share it, please, you know. And if you've got anything out of it, if you think it can help anybody else, then please do share it, because I want to wake people up and make them see that all this stuff is just out there, you know, all the stuff to be grateful for in this shitty time we're having at the moment. All right then, see you tomorrow. Lots of love. Bye.